Everyone for my introduction also. And I'm presenting today in the name of HTW Berlin. As Berlin, it says the capital city. And for me, let me just see, why doesn't it go further to the next slide? I've been working in this program that I'll be presenting today because I'll only focus on one program today for over 6 years, and it has developed quite a lot over the years. It's an MBA, which is specifically targeted at the life science industry. And I thought it would fit quite nicely here because most of our applicants actually have a biology, a chemistry background. Some even have a PhD, have been working in labs for 15 years. Some come from biotech background. Some come from even consultancy, but within the area. So I think it is a really good space for us to present the MBA. And as every MBA is, a Master of Business Administration, it's an investment into your future. So if you want to be working in the future within our field, then obviously this could be something of interest. But before I go into the program itself, everyone did it so nicely. Let's go into Berlin. And Berlin is a beautiful city. I mean, everyone who has been to Berlin says it's so multifaceted. It offers so many different varieties of sports activities, art, of just different hubs. And this is exactly where our two campuses, you see here, the campus where the program takes place in, close to the River Spree. It's very beautiful. It actually, you can't really see it, has a sandy beach. So you have the beach factor, you have very historical building where you'll be studying in, and it's close proximity to the center, but also to go further out of the city. And Berlin, as you've seen on the map, is not as far located from Poland that you can visit. You can go to the Baltic Sea and have like a beach experience. In Poland, you can go skiing as well. And Berlin itself is very green city. So I think it is beautiful for you to maybe not only visit, but actually study in a capital. And when it comes to the biology, biotech background, I think what's important to mention that our university is lucky to be in Berlin, especially for a program, because we've got like over 300, I believe, 60 different medical technology companies within Berlin only, not even the surrounding areas, 320 biotech and pharmaceutical companies. So already throughout your studies, you have the opportunity to work and also write your master thesis with one of the companies. If you're coming or looking more into medical background, we've got 145 clinics within Berlin and 40 notable research institutes. Just today, we received from the Charité, from the hospital, the heart department, writing to us, oh, we're looking for a student who can help us exactly what an MBA is about, market entry, strategy, business development, mapping. And so we've been asked, actually, we're getting a lot of offers also throughout the studies for you to finance your studies, to gain work experience, and then also when it comes to your job afterwards. Like, for example, they were saying, oh, maybe this person would be applicable to go into the research team of the Charité. So it is a really good place to be in. The university itself, besides the looks and the feel of it, which is always brilliant to see with each university, is the largest in Berlin. I've seen on Nino's slide that usually applied universities are seen smaller, but ours is actually quite big. We've got like 14,000 students, and of which around more than 3,000 students are international students coming from all around the globe. We've got over 70 programs, and also therefore loads of professor, associate lecturers, and we have different departments. And today, obviously, I'm coming rather from the life science department. So let's dive into it. The MBA and Engineering and Life Science Management. Actually, for those who are thinking maybe to study biology or biotech or even have a master's in that field already, apply to our program. And coming from different backgrounds, academically, it's also important in our view, being a University of Applied Sciences, that for this MBA, you require at least 1 year of work experience. So if you have worked in pharma and medtech and biotech, wherever you might have worked, which is relevant to the program, you can apply to our program. And this program was actually built or was born by a professor who had the German side of the life science engineering part. And she was saying, we've got so much industry talking to us. We need managers in our fields. We have great natural scientists, but we need to equip them with management tools. And this is how it all started, that those tools of management, innovation, and also visionary thinking has been developed, combining an MBA and with life sciences. And the program was really to create it to guide you all being or going to be scientific minds towards a more impactful and influential roles across the industry. So let me look in or go further in here and share some more thoughts. In this integral program, you can really benefit, like I just said, from both sides. By the way, what's new is from 2026, it's not only going to be regulatory affairs model, innovation model, modules, process engineering modules, but also we're including an artificial intelligence and life sciences module, which we believe nowadays it's such a strong part when working in the industry. Like I myself have worked with a company who uses AI for, finding early on diabetic retinopathy. So some disease that when early treated protects you from actually getting blind. So there's really a lot of topic areas on that. The next one that I would like to point out in this program, in this MBA, that it is very professional, meaning, no, it's not professionally taught that anyway. It's a state university. We've got lots of professors, but it's also that being a University of Applied Sciences, most of our lecturers are actually coming from the industry. So you will have over almost 90% of our lecturers being CEOs, founders, being in European associations, leading their own companies. So really you're learning from those who are in the industry, giving you a great network, but also giving you this hands-on information, getting also guest lecturers in to give you that what is actually not theoretically only, but also practice in the industry. It's very transdisciplinary and practice orientated. Like I just mentioned, you'll be constantly doing some projects, and in a group you will have to present. It's transdisciplinary, so you have to put the different contents from the modules together. I always mention that one of our professors, we actually have a professor from a different university joining us. He invented to make it more fun to create business strategy called gamification. And through this gamification program, you actually will build strategies which will stick in your mind a lot stronger and will give you a tool for the future to develop strategies when you develop a business idea. Berlin, I mentioned already, is called a life science hotspot. Some call it Health Capital Berlin. And also interesting to mention, just to the side of our university, since a few years, a huge biotech hub is being built where the leading biotech companies have been already starting to rent, who not only do research there, but actually have also operations within that area. So it's such a close proximity that you just need to walk over one street. So let's hope for some more cooperation there. But let's get back to yourself. When you're coming to a different country, 1.5 years, here it is 3 semesters. and want to obviously invest into your future. So where do you come from? We have targeted this program for engineers, natural scientists, business managers, or similar professionals who are seeking to be more into senior roles, managing roles, leadership roles, even if it's in HR, even if it is in marketing, whatever really most find it throughout their studies where you actually not only your skill set that you have acquired, but actually a natural characteristic of your personality leads you to. So you've got throughout your studies the opportunity to test out, trial, and study with like-minded professionals. You at least need 1 year's work experience. It is very important to have already an understanding what it is like to put theory into practice. So you understand what we're talking about. Fluent in English, but most of you, I guess, are fluent nowadays. And if you're unsure, always discuss first what your career path ideas are. We do not recommend to come to us, to the University of Applied Sciences, if you have a PhD in mind, because we are looking rather into managerial positions. These are overall information, I think, summarizing the organizational size. We have small class sizes of up to 25 professionals. We have an application process where you apply online. Our online form is on our website. Then afterwards, once your paperwork is okay and your requirements have been met to the program, we do a 30-minute short interview with myself. So if you have any questions beforehand already, always please let me know. And then the Life Science Management Board checks out the applications, and then you will receive within 2 to 3 weeks time actually already acceptance. Application deadline is the 28th of February. Having said that, early applications, like I just mentioned, if you fit in greatly, you would receive your acceptance even early on. Later applications are possible, but then on an individual basis. Please always contact me. As long as the application form is online, we do still accept applications. Yeah, it's only 3 semesters. First and second semester is taught on our campus. And the third semester is also very crucial to enhance not only your CV, but really try out or enhance your career by working already, writing your master thesis with a company in Berlin, in Germany, in Europe, wherever you might want to be in. And you've got the opportunity here to take the semester whilst writing your master thesis and work at the same time. What often happens is then you would either get an offer for this job, but mostly important is you get the experience within the company. It only starts each winter semester, so next year it will be in October 2026. But like I mentioned, you apply now, so it's totally the right time for you to be in this call and to ask questions, to think about. Here's one point that I want to mention. Yes, this program is paid. So everyone might think, oof, as a first instance, oh, I have to pay for this program. It's not very common in Germany. However, as we see it as an investment, we always try, and also for you to think, if you would invest in a property, why not invest like into a career? So look into maybe your family, look into loans, student loans. It is very common, like in the UK or in the US, to plan ahead when you want to invest also into your career, the knowledge, the certificate, but more so in this program, the network that you're gaining. You will have the professors network, your professionals network, some actually together start a startup company, some others they work throughout their studies, they do internships. So you really receive through all the conferences, workshops with companies, career days that we're offering for you to be placed in the companies, a big amount of network that you will thrive off in the future. And if you're thinking of migrating to Germany, this is a great way of doing that. Also, we offer a scholarship. So we offer 50% scholarship that you can apply for as soon as you've been accepted to the program. There's more information on our website. But I think when you invest so much, when you go broad, put so much energy into it, I did it myself as well. I did an MBA myself. And you want to know what can you actually do afterwards with that. So let's go into potential career paths here. Life science industry is the sector, especially having seen it in Corona times, the fastest growing sector worldwide, not only in Europe. So you've got the potential to work in pharma, biotech, medtech, healthcare, any supporting companies like agencies, research institutes, governmental bodies. We've got someone working now for the European Union as a consultation for different projects that need to be implemented. So really, you've got a lot of industries that you can juggle with. Also, the sizes of the companies, when you're looking into, yes, there's multinationals. We also have someone from Takeda or Boehringer Ingelheim teaching, lecturing. These are, by the way, just companies from where our alumni now work in. So Bayer, Pfizer, Novo Nordisk in Denmark, Roche in Switzerland, Capgemini, the IGS Institute, and Centiva, Tissues, Thermo Fisher. So really nameful companies. But maybe what you're not aware of, in Germany, we've got a very strong small and medium enterprise system, which are also international, which also allow you, if you don't have proficiency of too much in German, allow you to work internationally. And say, I've just named a few, you might not know them, but when you look at the presentation afterwards, you can write them down, look them up. And we also, again, our alumni work in all these companies and obviously startups. You can build up your own company. We've got a startup hub in our university. And it's a good place in Berlin to start with that. Functions was another question that often arrives. So actually, what do I do? Yes, great, I can apply in all these companies, but have a look here what our alumni work in. Yes, regulatory affairs, maybe quality management is what you would think of in the beginning, but actually to be a consultant and value and access strategy, like I just mentioned, Charité, who contacted us today, or you can do a product account management or sustainability projects and be an expert in that area. Marketing managers, we've had quite a few. You can even work in the health insurance. So there we go. I think there's been a lot of information. I've added to this presentation also a few slides of maybe your student journey, of how it could look when you study here from arriving. Like here, I've got a 26-year-old. We've got a very diverse backgrounds as well and where people go. But for example, from India, lady, she had a biotechnology bachelor and had experience only of 1 year as lab assistant. And she did a 6-month internship in QM as a project management. And then she started as a lab manager. This is a very simple path. I think the most simplest that we could offer or that has been experienced. But I think we also got on the other side more people with more experience who come to us in diverse areas, like here with international business, finance, management. And he's got over 10 years of work experience, but he's always been working in pharma. And what he was missing is actually to look or work in a different area that he might want to be working on. Like, for example, he tried out regulatory affairs throughout his studies and then ended up in a multinational pharma company here in Germany. So please have a look at these different, I think my time is coming to a close. So you can have a look at these different examples. Thank you very much for listening. I know there's lots of webinars nowadays available, and it's great that you have lasted almost an hour here. I'm always happy to answer any questions with regards to the MBA and anything around it. So thank you again.